everybody, Dawn Kendrick here with some good news. And the good news is that you're only going to hear good news here. I am a repurposed news reporter, and I am finally doing the stories that have been burning in my heart for so long. They're stories that uplift, encourage, and inspire, and they are real, and they're raw, and they're vulnerable. They're the good stuff stories, and we see it over and over again that through it all, through the middle of our biggest challenges, together we can, together we will. Let's go see the good and be the good. On your mark, get set, let's go. Hey, y'all, we are so looking forward to bringing you our God at Work series of stories over the next few months. We named them God at Work in honor of my mama, Marlene Kendrick, who passed away on February 23rd. Because if you knew our mama, you knew those words, God at Work. She was forever teaching us to see God in everything. So this series is for you all as much as it is for ourselves, and reminding ourselves that we can, in fact, allow God to work through us by seeing the good in others and being the good for them. Hey, good stuff, family. Welcome to the premiere edition of our God at Work series. We are launching with the story of a woman who has, when we say uplifts, encourage, and inspires, check, check, check. And for me, the example she sets is that it just takes one. It's the power of one, and the great things that she is doing for kids who are warrioring through cancer, and for their families and for their siblings, and the volunteers that are rising up to be part of it. So I'm super excited to bring you the story of Special Spaces Cleveland today. And we're going to start with the Tassif family. Hello, Tassif family.
Hello. Hi, Dawn.
Hello.
Love you guys. I love you. How you doing, Elliot? You good?
Uh-huh.
Yeah? How about you, Brooks? Good?
Really good.
Really good. That's what we love to hear. And then there's Mama Kate and Papa Brandon. I love it so much. So the only way that you came to be introduced to Special Spaces Cleveland is when it's probably an understatement to say life threw you a curveball. It was in a moment that we call really God, really. Tell us about the diagnosis for Brooks there.
Okay. Well, it's been a year now, just over a year, and Brooks really presented with minimal symptoms. He had some leg pain. So we took him. Now he's not hurting anymore. He's got dance moves and everything.
Sit down.
Brooks, we're going to tell your story. Can you help? You want to help?
Stop, Brooks. Wait,
So we ended up taking him to the orthopedic surgeon, and they thought he had a fracture in his leg, but they weren't sure. They ended up not finding anything. So we took him, and he had some blood work done, and we were called up to the hospital, in which they told us that it was leukemia. So we did not see this coming at all. We thought he had a broken leg. It's been a year of treatment. As you can see, it's going really well.
I just have to say, I'm sitting back here watching, going, honestly, what you're saying is important, but what Brooks is saying and doing is even more important. Can I show some pictures of you, Brooks?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell me what this one is. What's this?
Me.
Yeah? And where were you?
At the hospital.
At the hospital, right. And what? And then how about?
I found all the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs. What was it like when you were at the hospital?
Well, it was kind of really
Can't think of the word.
That day, I remember that day. They had
the dino
the
hunt.
child life specialist set you up for a dino hunt. Isn't that right?
Remember.
You've had some good times there. What else, Brooks? Okay.
Ellie, why don't you tell us some stories about Brooks?
Elliot, you're the big brother.
Yeah, give us
right. You're the big brother.
Once.
Are you the big brother? She asked.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you when your little brother Brooks was at the hospital getting better?
Well, when you took shots at the hospital, I didn't really like to see them.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, isn't it?
Mm,
It is. It really is. And so here he is. This is when Brooks wasn't feeling so well, huh? You remember that?
not really. Wait, what? No.
You don't remember that? Well, mom and dad remember that.
Yeah. Tell me, Brandon, when you see these pictures, what are you thinking?
Very tough. It was a scary time, you know, throughout the subsequent months, although kind of ups and downs. We've had so many people that have kind of given us that lift when we really needed it.
Yeah.
The support. Brooks, for crying out loud. So it's hard to even tell a serious story with this kid right now.
Show. Come sit
But I mean, and why we're here today really is just another amazing person who kind of gave us a boost.
And where you're sitting is super important. This is the boys' room. And because of, like you said, these people that kept showing up for you at a time in your life that you would not have and could not have scripted, one of those people who is smiling so huge backstage right now is my new friend, Shari Caruso.
Hello. Oh my gosh, those boys just make my heart burst.
Yeah. And so, Shari, when you came to meet them, they are a perfect family for what you have dedicated your life to, making rooms like that Elliot's on a climbing wall in his own room back there, like on cue. Tell me, would you, when you met them, what was it about them that you said, you know what, we have to do this for this family?
Oh, this is what, every room that you do, every family that you meet has their own story, and they've all been through traumatic experiences. But I have to tell you, it's kind of like you shouldn't have favorites, but this is such a wonderful family, and the boys have such energy. And I just felt like they were my friends from the minute I met them. So there was no doubt that this child was getting a room.
You know, my favorite people in the world are people who see the good in others, especially in families like them, like the Tassifs, and then have the courage to be the good for them. And that's exactly what you decided to do 5 years ago. So I want you to give us a window into, you had just retired, spent your life in education, and what was it knocking on your heart for something more?
As a teacher, I was a home ec teacher. They don't call it home ec anymore. They call it family and consumer sciences, but I'm old school. It's home ec. And one of the classes that I introduced when I was teaching was a service learning class, because I felt it was incredibly important that teens, maybe even younger, learn to give back. And I asked of these kids to do 100 hours of community service in 18 weeks, which meant they had to hustle. But I also knew that as a teacher, and as them being teenagers, if I didn't show up at the big projects they were doing, I wouldn't know if they were really there. So I did more than 100 hours of service every semester because I wanted to be where they were. And at some point after my retirement, I knew that there were a number of voids. And one of my voids was I wasn't giving back anymore. I wasn't making a difference. And I know that I could have gone back to all the different things that I did with my students, but I felt it was time that I found something new. And I was just really lucky in that I was at a Rotary Club. Someone had just moved from Wisconsin. They talked about special spaces, and I could not drive home fast enough to Google it, fill out the documents, ask them to let me be the director, and the rest is history.
And here, I listened to you. Of course, I knew this part of the story, but when I see how your face lights up when you see this, you feel like family with them, don't you?
Oh, every family, I feel that way. We love those kids.
And see, that's how it works. We celebrate that, the Good Stuff family. We say we're growing the Good Stuff family tree 2023. And it's with people like you who are taking that next best step in their lives to make other people's lives so much better. So I'm so grateful. Yes.
There's not a single person on the team that is paid. We are all volunteers who simply believe in the mission that we want to give these kids a place where they can play, rest, sleep, and play.
Yes. Yeah. And here you sent us some pictures. You have a ton of pictures of your volunteers, but none of you, because the other thing that I love you for is how humble you are, how absolutely humble. Look at the smiles. It's purpose. It's, these volunteers are following your lead, and I love it. Okay, so let's take a look into Ruby before we go back to the Tessifs and show their big reveal.
Oh my god! That is so cool! Oh my gosh! What did you Oh my gosh, look! Your name! Ruby, look!
And look at.
Oh my god, that is so cute! I'm gonna cry! This is awesome! Wow!
So little Ruby, again, warrioring through things that make us all take a huge perspective check when we see how these kids are warrioring through cancer and illnesses. So if we'll bring back the Tassif family, Brooks, I don't know, is he having a nap yet or no? Let's see. Hi, Brooks. Hi, buddy. Hi. So tell me about your room, Brooks, that you're sitting in. What is that behind your mama and your papa?
It's a Mario walk line. I'm gonna do it.
It's a wall you walk on. Yes. Now, Big Brother Elliot is going to do the honors and illustrate. I mean, how cool is that, Mom and Dad? Okay. Okay, go show me.
You asked for raw, we're giving it to you.
Yeah, we say real, raw, genuine, authentic, and vulnerable. And I said, Mama, you bring those kids on. That's what we're all about. And let's just be honest, everything we're saying is because we were hoping for a day when we could see Brooke so happy. So this is it. This is the story. Happy Brooks.
This is one of his happy spaces.
Yeah,
for
he's
sure.
in his favorite place ever. All of ours now. We love hanging out in here. Everything about this room is just so cool.
Mama Kate, you said it's now your favorite room in the house.
Yeah. Well, first up, it's the cleanest. We keep it the cleanest now, but so cool.
Yeah.
We moved in our house about 4 years ago, and we had just at the time, right before they came to do the bedroom, put the boys together in bunk beds. We built their bunk beds and had it all set, and it was on the radar to come and decorate and everything. And then Brooks was diagnosed, so that fell far off our list of priorities. So having this done was not just like a gift for them. It was a gift for us. It's incredible in here. Pretty cool.
I mean, could you say it any better, Shari? Is that not exactly what you hoped for? The whole family
exactly
gifted.
what you hope for. Yes.
You had this great idea to go in and fix rooms, but then you realized, we need money. We need money. And so it sure helps when volunteers come in and put in all the elbow grease, and you pay nothing, basically.
Everything's removed from the room, and we build from the ground up. We've done everything from putting in baseboards to almost every room will get painted. Some need some flooring, most need some kind of curtains. We order furniture. So yeah, we try everything that goes into that room is going to be brand new. It's going to be top of the line.
And so here I asked you, I'm going to embarrass you for a moment. I'm like, could I get a picture of you? And you said, I'm usually taking the picture. Of course you are. Because like I say, before I even knew your face, I knew your heart and your soul from talking to you on the phone. And you are humble and you are kind and you're raising the bar for so many people. But I want to show the one picture we were able to come up with speaks volumes about what these families and these volunteers think about you and the way that you're leading by example. I love this picture so much. Look at this. Look at that. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, there it is. So that is the one picture we were able to show of Shari, because she's always the one taking the pictures. And because you're so humble, we all knew that. And I thought maybe it would be nice to bring in Kim Kreller and Mandy Anderson as well.
No way! Look who's here! Hi! Oh my gosh!
Surprise.
So that they could sing your praises a little bit. But Kate is also huge fans of these two women, angels, we call them, because they're friends now, they're family. So Mandy, Kim, whoever wants to go first, give us a kind of a window into this project that, because of you guys, became reality, that room that we see behind the Tassif family right now. What went into it, and the planning for what Brooks said he wanted.
Do you want to go, Kim?
No, go ahead, Mandy.
Okay. It actually does all start with Shari. Shari's really great coming at us. Like, she's like, there's this kid, this is the story, this is what he wants, and we're going to make it happen.
I mean, we have so much fun. I think with Shari leading us, we truly feel like a family. And then we get introduced to other families and just want to just give them the happiest, most exciting day that they can all have. So because it's just so much fun and it's pure joy, we just want to keep doing it.
And speaking of pure joy, a bit of a spoiler alert: the Mario Brothers theme. Did you see how cute little Brooks had his little hat on? He loves that. So, Kate and Brandon, what are these three women for you now?
Go ahead, babe.
Angel is an understatement. Like all three of
Okay,
them,
Mommy,
truly
I got
family
it.
now.
Sit nice.
There he is.
And they're also extremely talented, beyond the most giving people that we've ever met.
Yeah, I mean, we sat down and did they kind of did like their idea board with us, and obviously it was just the boys tried to articulate what the room was, which, if you can imagine trying to get room design from a 4 and a 6 year old, it's like, well, what do you like, Mario? Well, what do you like about him? He's red. And what else? He's green, and it was like they didn't give a whole lot.
But it was the most fun meeting that we've ever
We were laughing
had.
and having a blast, and then
Kim and Mandy were just so much fun.
And they left, and I looked at Kate and I was like, I don't know. We gave them a whole lot to go off of at all, and so we were like, man, do we need to give them more? And it turned out, like, when we got in here, it was like it was amazing. It was almost as if they were Mario experts themselves.
Yep.
And
It's true.
kind of just they really just hit everything. It's not a massive room, but every part of the room was so thoughtfully designed with Brooks. Please.
It turns out like the real deal. We're even there.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi.
The whole day was unbelievably special, and the kids still talk about it. It's been a couple months, and when they have friends over, they're still bringing them up to the room. They got to see my Mario room when aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas come over. They're like, hey, you got to come see my Mario room. And they do the big reveal themselves. They make them wait in the hallway and then open the door.
Oh, I love it.
It's a big to do. And I'm kind of going on and on, but it's that cool. So this climbing wall right behind us actually goes up. I don't know. You guys probably know the measurements better than me. It's probably got to be 10 feet, right?
10 feet.
10 feet's like, that's up there. So they got us a couch that actually turns into like a crash pad. So the boys now know how to go get the couch, break out a crash pad so that like we don't have emergencies. Okay. So it was just such a cool. It's just amazing. They did an amazing job.
So much thought, so much planning, so much heart goes into that. I see that. Let's show this one where the kids come in.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let Mom and Dad catch up. Okay, I count to 3, right? Okay, so I'm gonna help you out. Elaine's gonna count your knocks. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Come in.
He said, come in.
Welcome to your room, Brooks.
Oh
And Mario's here.
my gosh! Go see what's in
Me
your bed, Elliot.
Me and Luigi spent all day building this.
Did you guys see this? Mario, watch out. Ellie's gonna go see what's inside. Mario, I don't think you've even seen this yet. Wow.
Oh, that is amazing.
Unbelievable.
Mario!
Did you guys not see this whole thing on the wall?
Do you see what this is?
Give it a shot. Me and Luigi spent all day on that. All right.
Wow. Just wow.
It
might be okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is amazing.
I got Luigi in my bed.
Your bed.
You got Luigi.
All the lights in the. Oh my gosh.
Can you get to your bunk?
It doesn't look like the same room. This is unbelievable.
Well, I think it's amazing.
Yeah. I think you're amazing and how good you've been for your brother. Yeah. And thank you for demonstrating the rock wall.
My favorite part about the room is the rock wall too.
Yeah. It's so cool. I bet all your friends want to come over.
They keep asking me at school.
Yeah. Right. So cool. And you know what? Maybe Miss Shari will come over and try the rock wall someday.
I think Mandy's more qualified.
I designed that rock wall, and I feel weird tooting my own horn. But my boyfriend works for a remodeling company, and they built it and installed it, and I designed it and painted it, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm so glad they love it. It just makes my day to know that.
How much did faith play a role in you deciding to be the good, see the good in others, and be the good for them?
I end up where I need to be because there is something divine and bigger than me that's telling me where I need to be. So when I realized that I was looking for something again to make a difference, and special spaces, from the minute I heard about it, I knew this was my calling. I knew this is where I needed to be. I've never doubted it for a minute. I've never thought about leaving. It just brings me joy. So in all honesty, with my very first room, I said to my husband, I'm not sure what I was thinking. And he said, you always figure it out. You will. And so I went on my Facebook page, and many of my friends on Facebook are previous students who are now adults. Some of them are 50 years old. And I posted, I need a 32-inch flat screen TV. And I'm going to be honest, within 2 hours, a previous student was at my door with a new TV in a box and said, will this work for you? And that's pretty much how that whole room got done. I just kept posting and posting every day. This is what I need. And I know that had God not been behind that one, that room would have been a flop because I had not a dime in my account.
And that's why I was so excited to lead this series with you. When we say God at work, that's how it works. That's how it works.
I would just say to anybody watching to donate to this group. They're amazing people. They're doing amazing things. They're putting together rooms. What they do is they bring not only joy the day of the reveal, but every single day if these kids come up to their room, it's like, it's kind of a refresh. It's everlasting. And it's meant a whole lot to us. And it's a space where we don't think about cancer. We don't think about the crappy stuff that we're going through or that he's dealing with. We're kind of just celebrating like how good people are and all the things that people do to kind of get you through the rough moments in your life. And the boys will forever remember this moment and this room. And as a family, we'll talk about this for the rest of our lives. So it's an amazing cause. So
amen. That's it. That's it. You just nailed the whole point of all of our very best good stuff stories. So thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all you're doing. Specialspaces.org. We're crawling it at the bottom down there. And if you are listening in podcast mode, thegoodstufffamily.com, you can click on a link to see these beautiful families and volunteers. And Shari Caruso, my new friend, I am so glad to call you friend, and God bless you.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much for letting us share about Special Spaces.
It's my pleasure. And I want to throw up this right here. That is the logo. That's what they can look for for special spaces, and then to log on to donate and to figure out if they feel it in their hearts that they want to volunteer, they would find that there as well.
Yes.
Specialspaces.org. Okay. Thank you guys. I love you. Thank you for seeing the good and being the good. God bless. Bye, Brooke. Bye, Elliot.
Bye, family. We love you.
Bye. I love you.
Bye, and we love you so much.
Okay.
Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Love you so much. This has been a Grassroots Good Stuff family production. Big love and gratitude to our friend Carlos Jones, who is the talented voice and creator behind this music that sets the tone for these good stuff stories. Huge gratitude and love as well for our social media director. She is Danielle Folk and is consistently going above and beyond. Follow her at Farmhouse Storyteller. And to the producer, My Travi, the glue that holds together the moving parts of this God-inspired endeavor. TheGoodStuffFamily.com is where you'll find links for all the things we're doing, including how to be a sponsor of a story. So grateful for our faithful sponsors who have already made so much of what we do possible. And of course, big love and gratitude for you, the listeners, helping to grow this Good Stuff family tree 2023. Welcome to the family.